You're coaching someone over video. They live 3 states away. Whose rules apply? This one quietly catches a lot of people, so let's be clear. Here's the principle that surprises folks. For licensed practice, it's generally the law of the state where your client is physically sitting that governs, not where you are. So the moment that you work with someone across a state line, you may be stepping into that state's practice rules, not just your own. Now, if you're a nurse, I can hear you already. I have a compact license. Well, most states are in the compact now. Well, doesn't that cover me? Well, 2 things, and the second one matters more. First, the compact travels your license, not your rules. A multi-state license gives you permission to practice nursing in another compact state. It doesn't bring your home state's rule book along with you. When you practice where your client sits, you practice under that state's laws. That's written into the compact itself. So the principle that I just gave you doesn't have a compact exception. The compact is that principle with paperwork. Second, and this is the part I really want you to hear, the compact covers nursing practice. Coaching doesn't need a compact because coaching isn't licensed the way that nursing is. So if you catch yourself reaching for your multi-state license to feel safer on a coaching call, pause right there. You've just answered the scope question without meaning to. Some part of you classified that call as nursing. Listen to that instinct. And remember, the compact isn't everywhere. Some of the biggest states in the country aren't in it yet, and not every nurse holds a multi-state license in the first place. So if nursing is what's happening on that call, the client's state decides whether you're licensed for it. Nurses.com will tell you where you stand. Now, for pure coaching, all of this is looser, but the looseness disappears fast if you're presenting as a nurse, or if what you're doing drifts toward clinical care. Then the question of where your client lives stops being academic. That's why virtual work is both a great opportunity and a quiet landmine. The reach is wonderful, but every new state is potentially a new rule book, and not knowing it isn't much of a defense if something goes sideways. I'm not going to hand you a 50-state chart because this is general education and the details shift. What I'll give you is the habit. When a client is somewhere new, pause and ask, am I acting as a coach here? Or am I drifting toward licensed care in a state that I'm not licensed in? And then check that state's boards if there are any doubt. Staying clearly in the coaching lane is what keeps this simple, and the free 3-question scope check in the description helps you do that everywhere. Reach far, but know whose rules you're standing in. I'll see you next time.